Hello people, Jurassic Breaks here, and today I'm gonna do a new video is to ranking. So today I'm gonna rank is the Spinosaurus design from games and movies and some other models created by other people. And as for me, I choose Jurassic Park 3 as the S here, and it's gonna remain the only high S here because I think it's terrifying. The Spinosaurus killed the T-Rex by twisting his neck is really brutal for my taste, and even can bust through a metal fence but not the door, which I assume because he used up all his energy just to break through the fence. And these are the rest of the dinosaurs here of the Spinosaurus design. For Path of Titans, I'm gonna have to give a S here because I like the tail, pet crocodile like tail there. I wasn't assuming that this game was before the new reconstruction of the Spinosaurus this year, so I'm not surprised. And as for this artwork, which I think is very great, I could give it a less S here because of it's a bit outdated and the skull design look. On the other side, the colors are nice that I had to give a high S here, a bit higher than the Path of Titans because of the colors. And for Monsters Resurrected, I know lots of people complain about this design. He looks like a generic kaiju monster, but at least he's not like Spike the Spinosaurus from Jurassic the Hunted. It looks more like a generic old grandpa monster. So for Monsters Resurrected Spinosaurus, I think I could give a A here for having its very inaccurate stuff. But on the other side, I like some accuracies like the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus a bit more. That for the design, I'm gonna have to give a high B here. And as for this Primal Carnage Spinosaurus, I would give a high S here, but I'm not a big fan about the very long arms and legs and the hair on the back of his neck, so I'm just gonna give a A here. Spinosaurus from Primeval. I'm not a big fan about the skinny, long legs Spinosaurus with holes on the sail, but on the left side, I like the colors a bit, but I'm not really gonna give a high A here, so I think I'm not sure if I might make the fans hate me. I know people might hate me if I choose, but this is just for my option. Just try to understand, please. So I'm gonna give a B here. And for this Spinosaurus from Planet Dinosaur, is actually Planet Dinosaur. I actually like this model. I think this is one of the most closest accurate Spinosaurus since 2013. But I actually like the colors and the model design that I have to give S here because of the colors and the models. Design of this is fantastic, but this one is a bit more accurate to real life Spinosaurus a bit, so that's why I give it a low S here for this. The level 40 Spinosaurus, I'm not really a big fan of the spiky and lots of inaccurate, like heavy modifications on their heads or any part of the body that have more spikes. If we're talking about level 40, I can give a high D here. But if it was a level 30 or 20 or 10 Spinosaurus and the Jurassic World Alive Spinosaurus, I would give all of them a even C here. But if this is since it's a level 40 Spinosaurus, I have to give a D here. Jurassic Park Builder, this game that sadly got deleted and no longer in Play Store anymore. I'm not really a big fan of the colors, and I mean, at least it's not like a level 40 Spinosaurus from Jurassic World the game. So I think this is a decent design and animation a bit. But on the other side, I think I will have to give a high D here. The Dino Spinosaurus this model. I think this is a nice model. I mean, there are some color scheme which I'm okay with it, but of course I think the flat Constantino Spinosaurus is a bit better than this, which why isn't it inside this ranking community? So for this one, I'm gonna give a high C here because it looks so weird, the colors of this one a bit, I find. The 2014 documentary of New Spinosaurus. I think this is a decent design, and I mean it is shorter legs and it looks the same resemblance to the planet dinosaur Spinosaurus. So for this one, I'm just gonna give it a high B here for having accuracies for the 2014 version, but on the other side the legs are a bit short that I would give a high A here for my taste. And for this one it's the same, but this one has shorter legs than the documentary I noticed, so I think I would have to give this a low B here from the Primeval Spinosaurus. On the other side, I think I'll have to give this a high one because I like the aquatic look for the Spinosaurus. Dinosaur King Spinosaurus. I'm not really a big fan of this Spinosaurus where it has like some crazy water powers, and not to mention it can turn into like a baby form. But so this one I'm just gonna give a low D here because I'm not really a big fan of water power Spinosaurus and can turn into a cute baby Spinosaurus, and I'm not really a big fan of the colors and the model design. The Hypo Spinosaurus from the Isle. I think the Hypospinosaurus is really a very spiky design. I find it is a bit better considering the fact it's more like an evolved Spinosaurus, so I like this design a bit way better than the Dino Ryle Spinosaurus design, and even higher than this guys. The Land Before Time Spinosaurus version. I think this is okay, but I don't like the fact that it only have 2 fingers. Which I find weird because Spinosaurus has 3 fingers. So why does the Land Before Time Spinosaurus doesn't have 3 fingers? So I'm gonna give a low D here. The first Spinosaurus fossils from the 19th. This is a very old design, and I don't really like it that much over the years. I like the Spinosaurus being like the Jurassic Park 3 design. So for this one, not really a big fan of this old Spinosaurus. I could give a F here, but on the other side, it was the first discovery where lots of reconstruction over the years. So this is the first fossils that they thought that the Spinosaurus looks like, that I have to give it a high D here. this Spinosaurus artwork, which I don't know who it is, so this one I have to give a small F here because I don't like the colors at all. It looks a bit fake, which I can't really see that well. I don't really like the colors a bit. I find it a bit too plain, so that's why it gets a low F. I can say it's a decent look, but I don't like the sail design and the colors a bit. I find it weird. The Lost World Cantor Spinosaurus. I think this is a decent colors, but it's actually a old design Spinosaurus. So for this one, I think I will have to give a D here for the colors. So I have to give this higher than the Dinosaur King Spinosaurus. The first Peppo Spinosaurus. This one is more resemblance to the Jurassic Park tree design, but it is a bit like a plain greenish color, and the legs are a bit weird I find because his legs are a bit so too long, and even the arms. So I find this one a nice figure. I mean, I have a knockoff Peppo Spinosaurus and I repaint it. So I think I'll have to give this a high, maybe B here. This Spinosaurus art for 2020. I think I like this looks of it, but I don't really like that much about the albino-like colors. So I think for this one I'm gonna have to give a low C here, but on the other side it looks a bit weird for my taste, so I had to give it here. The Shelike Spinosaurus, I think it's decent, but I don't like the colors they go for it, and it's actually in the swimming pose, so I think for this one I'm gonna have to give it a low D here, but on the other side I think I find it decent, so I think I have to give it a lower than the Lost World Jurassic Park Cantor Spinosaurus here. Pinso Spinosaurus. I think this is a very nice looking, but the colors are not really great for my taste. I wish they could improve on it, and it's actually very spiky, and it looks terrifying. It's more like a bit like an evolved Spinosaurus, I'm not gonna lie. So this one I have to give a high B here. There's an artwork Spinosaurus. It's a bit hard for me to decide where to put for this one. I mean, it looks a bit weird, but the blue color it's like the blue fades away with the black here, and then the blue spine just came out of nowhere. So I'm not really a big fan of it, but I still like the artwork a bit. But on the other side, I think I will have to give a high D right here. The Peppo 2020 Spinosaurus, or is it 2019? I think it's actually 2020. This one is a great figure, but the teeth are, I've seen some people may complain about the teeth and the colors are not exactly to the picture. So this one I watched some videos about it and I find it okay. So I had to give around here since it looks a bit accurate. But on the other side, I'm not sure if I should give it an A because I think I like it a bit better than this guy. So I think I'll give a high A right here. It is Shelike Spinosaurus toy, I think. I really think it's decent, but on the other side, I find some of the teeth a bit, how to say, messy, but the colors are great, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to give a high C here. But on the other side, I like the hypo design Spinosaurus, so I had to give a low C right here. This Spinosaurus figure, I think it's okay, but it's just a old color design, a bit similar to any Spinosaurus figures I've seen. I wish they could improve the colors a bit. I'm not judging. So for this one, I'm gonna have to give a low C here because it's a bit weird, the beak. It's just that the skull of this Spinosaurus of this figure is a bit weird for me. This old Spinosaurus here, this one looks a bit weird, and it's like has a small T-Rex head. I mean, I understand it was one of the 19s where they haven't seen lots of Spinosaurus fossils, so this one I could totally understand here. I could give a low D here. This Spinosaurus artwork, I think it looks great. This is a great Spinosaurus looks. I like the colors of it and the artwork. If I'm not wrong, I think it is an artwork. So this one, I would give it a high A right here. I can't even tell if I should really put this up to D because I don't like the colors. But on the other side, I think I changed my mind a bit for a few A, so I'm gonna have to put a low D here. And I might as well need to delete the F row. So here you have my ranking Spinosaurus designs that in my personal opinion. So hopefully you guys understand why I pick my own thoughts, and I'm pretty sure I might get some hate for the fans, so I really apologize to you fans. I really do. I mean, I respect your opinions on what you think. You just tell me what are your opinions on which Spinosaurus design you like the most. Do you agree with me, or do you not agree? I am fine if you do not agree with me. So, and I will see you next time on next Jurassic Breaks videos. I may upload sooner or later at my grandmother's house while my house will renovate. So I might record a new video about my artworks. So see you next time and have a good day.